Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about outsourcing, and that's because over the last couple of years, as you might know, I've outsourced a lot of different projects and different tasks. So I thought I would talk about the different types of outsourcing and the places where I usually find the people I use. So to start off with, I normally talk about two different kinds of outsourcing. The first one is project-based outsourcing, and the second one is the more employee per hour type of outsourcing. And to be frank, the easiest thing to start with is the project-based outsourcing, where you describe a project, all the details, and then send it out and get something completed. You only have this one task with the company or person who is doing this, and you only pay them if they actually complete the task. This is much easier than the other one, where you actually have to pay people per hour and have to control how they are going to do different tasks. Of course, you can send projects to people that you pay hourly, but you have to control and manage these people more. So let's take a look at one of the first sites you've probably heard about if you ever looked into outsourcing, and that's Elance. And even though I've been outsourcing for I think like 4 years now, I'm still using Elance a lot. I normally go here to Elance if I'm looking for some technical stuff to be done, like have something developed, to finding programmers here sometimes also designers, and but I think I know there's a lot of different people in here, but I tend to focus more on the technical stuff whenever I'm on Elance. Whenever I want something software done, I like article writing or ebook writing and stuff like that, I usually go to Odesk. It's very much like Elance actually, and I'm not quite sure why I go here, but I've just had more luck finding writers and the more soft skill set on Odesk. Also, I think Odesk is still better when it comes to buying people by the hour. They have this system that will actually take a screenshot of the outsourced person's screen every X number of minutes, so you can actually see them doing something, and they can only bill that time where they're actually working on your task. So moving back to Elance, the typical projects that I find myself outsourcing to Elance is project-based technical stuff, like if you have like WordPress plugins you want developed, or if you want someone to set up a WordPress blog for you, or other kind of programming tasks and stuff like that. And I know, again, there's a lot of people on Elance, and there's a lot of other types of people in there, but that's just the tasks that I'm using Elance for. And then I'm using Odesk if I want to hire someone by the hour. And also I typically look for content writers in there, and also I found a designer at some point. I'm actually also using a guy who's editing videos for me, that I'm paying through Odesk. So I use these two sites when it comes to project-based outsourcing, and also I use them a little bit for by the hour, but it's still very much project-based by the hour. So for instance, whenever I have to have some video edited, I send over the videos and I pay by the hour, but it's still kind of a small project, usually just like 5 or 6 hours or something like that. And it's very limited, and I don't really have to work with that person again if I don't want to. Most of the time I do, but that's not the point here. So but if you want to take the step up and like hire your very own full-time employees, it's been very common to outsource to the Philippines, and currently I have 2 full-time Filipinos hired. that mainly works with search engine optimization and content creation. Well, article writing, I would say. Not my content, but basically for creating articles for search engine optimization. So it was originally John Jonas from Replace Myself that pitched the Philippines, I think, and well, people have been outsourcing to the Philippines for a longer time than that, but he pitched the Philippines very broadly as a place to finding virtual assistants. And this is actually the site that he recommended, John Jonas from replacemyself.com, and it's bestjobs.ph. And bestjobs.ph actually has tons of resumes. So if we from people from the Philippines, of course. So if we go into the resume search, you will see that if we just type in a few things here, like getting a category, let's just say computers and telecom, and resume dates will just make it a month or less, so it's a fairly new resume. Rise to work doesn't matter. Let's just say I'm searching for WordPress, someone who can work with WordPress, and I instantly find like 250 resumes here. So it was John Jonas who pushed this site to me, and actually when I found the site, I quickly found out that they've actually closed for registration, so I couldn't contact any of these people here. It costs a little bit of money to actually register so you can contact these people, but apparently John Jonas have been so successful that people were coming here from all over the world to find the next Filipino virtual assistant. So for no good reason, I don't know why, because they are saying way to good money, they closed the registration for everybody outside the Philippines. So basically I still have an account here because basically because we got a Filipino to register for us, so we use their account, and you can do that as well. As long as you don't post jobs, so don't go in and post any job in there, and only contact the guys for the resumes here, like browse resumes, search resumes, and contact them directly here. You won't be banned, but if you post jobs to here, you'll be banned and your money will be lost. But it's still a good site to actually finding people here. So after this, that this site banned people from the outside, or didn't ban, but closed registration to people from outside the Philippines, John Jonas himself actually did this site. It's called OnlineJobs.ph. You might notice there's a naming thing here, bestjobs.ph and OnlineJobs.ph. And this is basically John Jonas' site, and I'm not quite sure if he's actually just going through all the resumes on the other side and just stealing all the resumes, or if people are actually putting their resumes here. But it's basically most of the time the same people. I just tend to find that Best Jobs, this one here, has a little more resumes than OnlineJobs.ph has. But it's been a while. I've only used, I used Online Jobs once, but just to test it out. But other than that, and it's actually, I think, half a year ago. But other than that, I've used Best Jobs several times. So yeah, and so if you want to step up and find yourself a full-time employee, and you can get those as low as like a couple of hundreds dollars per month, full-time work, up to like several thousands, but still, I mean, you can get a full-time employee from the Philippines, yeah, for a couple of hundreds dollars a month to do excellent work for you. So if you want to step up and hire your own full-time employee, this could be a place to start. And I also want to make a small recommendation here. This is a service I haven't used myself, but I've heard really good things about it. It's called the Virtual Staff Finder, and this is actually run by a guy called Chris Dogger. Chris Dogger has the blog Virtual Business Lifestyle, but that's not really the point. The point is that he has a company in the Philippines, where he has himself a couple of hundred Filipinos employed with him. And basically what Virtual Staff Finder is, that they will actually go out and find the person based on your criteria for you, or they will find like 3 candidates and screen them for you, so you can hire one of them. So if you're a bit unsure on how to hire a full-time Filipino, you might want to pay a little money and actually get Virtual Staff Finder to do it for you. And a small quick tip here in the end, Fiverr.com, an excellent site. Everything on Fiverr.com costs $5. If you haven't been to Fiverr before, go there. It's crazy. If you've already been there and haven't bought anything, just try it out. I mean, it's $5, and I think I've spent a lot of money in there, a lot of $5 bills in there, on all sorts of crazy stuff. I've both used it for SEO related stuff, but also getting some crazy videos recorded from in there. And I actually have someone who did some excellent speak. As you might hear, I'm not quite the native English speaking person, and I needed some good quality English speak over, and I actually got a woman in there for $5 to actually speak like 5 minutes of text that I've written for $5, and she was a professional voice talent, you might call it. So actually go to Fiverr. It's absolutely crazy. Let's just take a few. Actually the first one on the page, I didn't even see that. I'll record any voiceover in a native British accent. Wow, for $5. Let's go into that one and just take a quick look. Normally it says a little bit, he will cover up to 1 minute of audio, so it's not that long, but it's still, I mean, get good quality voiceover, right? And there's a lot of crazy stuff. So that was a bit of a quick tip here. If you haven't tried out Fiverr yet, Fiverr.com, Fiverr with 2 R's in the end, go in there and just buy anything. I mean, I'm addicted to Fiverr currently. I spend way too much money on Fiverr. But if you need a logo, or if you need some banner graphics, I guarantee you can get it done for $5 on Fiverr. I've bought several logos on Fiverr. So that was a bit of tips on how to use the different sites for outsourcing.